let's do a review tonight. I'll ask questions and you can answer them from what we studied last week, okay? And then we'll do a little bit into new stuff, but if we don't get many more, then we will wait to do new stuff more the next time, okay? So let me ask some questions. What month do we vote for the president? Do you remember?
In September?
No, November.
November.
Yeah, Wednesday.
That's right. On Tuesday in November. And what is the name of our president right now?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Yes. So what is the name of the vice president right now?
Vice President
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. That's right.
Kamala Harris.
Right. And how many years does the president serve when we elect him?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years. Very good. Very good. All of you. Okay. And if the vice president and the president cannot serve, who serves in the place?
The Speaker at House.
Speaker of the House. Good. Very good. And if the president can't serve, who serves right after the president?
Vice President.
Vice President. Very good. Okay. Let's see. What does the president's cabinet do?
Cabinet do? What see? Cabinet do? The vice president.
That's exactly right. They give advice to the president. Okay, now, can you name 2 cabinet positions?
Yeah, Vice President and Secretary of Energy.
Education and emergency.
Energy.
Agriculture.
Okay, agriculture, that's right too. Okay, keep going. Can you name more?
Secretary of Education.
Education, very good.
Energy.
Energy, very good.
Health and Human Service.
Yes, Health and Human Services.
Yeah.
And
Security of Housing and Urban Development.
yes, Housing and Urban Development.
Development, yeah.
Very good. And then
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State, yes.
Yeah, هاي أسألي State Energy the شو اسمه Vice President 3
Security of Labor.
And how about our roads and our freeways and cars?
Different.
What is Secretary of what?
شو اسمه
Transportation. Yes. Trains, planes, automobiles. Yes. Yes, Secretary of Transportation. Okay, very good. Now, what does the judicial branch do?
Judicial
Review
laws.
They make law. What'd you say, Megan?
Review laws.
They review laws.
review laws.
What else?
Explain the laws.
Explain laws.
Explain laws. Yes.
Yes. أنا عندي بس اثنين review laws or explain laws أو شو هاي ما decide.
Yeah, they also make sure that the Constitution is followed, that the laws are in agreement with the Constitution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. I think Viola is on now. Maybe. Okay. What is the highest court in the land?
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
All right. Now, this one is the same answer for all 3 questions. Same answer. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? Who is the
President.
the president.
The president, yes.
Yeah, رئيس شو اسمه.
And who signs bills into law?
The president.
The president. Yes, and who has the ability to veto a bill?
The president, yeah.
All 3 have the same answer.
President.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, let's see. What other question haven't I asked you yet? How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
How many? 9.
Justice 9.
9 justice.
9, very good, very good. And do you know who the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is?
Chief John Roberts.
John Robert.
John Roberts, very good, very good. Okay, let's see. Let's see, who's the governor of California?
شو اسمه؟
Gavin Newsom, that's right, Farzana.
Stephen Newsom.
And what is the capital? I like the way you guys say this. What is the capital of California?
Sacramento.
Sacramento, yes.
لا تدفع كاليفورنيا.
ما حافظ والله ماشي حالي بدون مراجعة.
Okay, so let's see. Under the Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What are some of the powers? What is one of the powers that belongs to the federal government?
Provide protection.
To print money.
Police.
Print money.
Provide safety,
The driver license.
No, that is the state. That's the state. The federal government, right, Washington DC, print money is one of them. To declare war is another one. To create an army
army.
لا عم يحكي إساته على شو
and to
اسمه.
make treaties. Now, some of you gave the answer for what the states get to do.
Yeah,
What do the states get to
Yeah,
do?
give license.
Driver's license, yes.
Yeah.
Provide protection.
Provide protection, yes.
Safety.
Yes, protection and safety and education. All of those are rights of the states. They get to decide how that's done.
Protection. Yeah, provide safely.
Provide
Safely.
safety.
Provide safely.
Yes.
Hire the diplomats.
Department.
Departments.
Departments.
Departments, yes.
Departments. Okay.
Okay, now let's move on.
مكان المحل
What is-
الفايز يعني.
What is the name of the Speaker of the House?
Speak the House.
Kamala Harris.
No,
Vice President.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Nancy Pelosi, that's correct. Nancy Pelosi.
هلا سألتها
And Joe Biden is our president. What political party is he a member of?
Democratic.
Democratic.
Democratic, yes.
Yeah.
And what is the other major political party that we have?
Republican.
Republican, very good.
That is-
Viola, how are they doing? They getting good answers?
great.
We thought maybe you were out for a romantic dinner. For Valentine's Day, no? We shared what some got for Valentine's Day. Afaf got chips.
والله سكتت عليه.
Maizana got a watch. And Afaf also got some flowers. So, and did anybody else do something special for Valentine's Day today?
Yeah, Claude.
Claude, what did you do?
The bear.
Ah,
I also got a diaper bag.
oh, that's right. I forgot. You got a stuffed animal. Very good. What is the animal's name?
شو اسمه؟
Oh, okay.
إني ألعب.
دبدوب. In Arabic, دبدوب.
bear.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had fun with Valentine's Day. I hope it's a special day for you. In our country, it is a very special day for being romantic with your sweetheart or with your wife or with your husband. And it's a fun day. So, and if you did not have a holiday like that in your, oh, I see, you got a bear. Oh, very nice. And if you did not have a holiday like that in your country, where you get to make your spouse a special person that day, then you will have fun adopting this holiday in the US. So, okay, so we've done our review. Tonight, we're only going to go through 10 questions because after that, we're talking about government tonight, because after that, we start on history. And I don't want to start the history tonight. We'll start it the next time. And remember, the next time, next week is a holiday. So we will not be having our class next week. 2
Okay.
weeks from now, we will have it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so. So if you have your sheets, by the way, so that you guys know, all of the videos from the other 3 weeks, I just finished putting them up on YouTube. So I will send the links to Madam Diola, and she can send the links out to you through WhatsApp. I just finished getting the last one up to YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube. All you have to do when she sends the link is click it, and it will open it on your phone or on your computer or on your iPad. So, and I'll send them to her as soon as we are finished. Okay. Any questions from the review, from things that we went over just a minute ago?
Thank you.
No, tonight, I think 48.
Yeah, tonight we are on question 48, yes. You are correct. And we're going from 48, and we will go through question number, I think it's 58. No, question number 57. So not as many tonight, because I don't want to just begin history and then have to wait where you have to wait too long to do it again. So, oh, I love the flags.
Yeah.
Very nice.
برافو يا نادية، قدرتي تدخلي اهو يا نادية، برافو عليك.
All right, here we begin. Number 48.
Us now.
Okay, number 48. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about voting. Now, in our country, we take voting very seriously because everyone, that is where they get a chance to express their voice and their wishes. So voting is very important. In question number 48, it talks about 4 different amendments to the Constitution, 4 changes they made to the Constitution so that everybody has an equal right to vote. And those 4 amendments cover these different areas. You have to name one of them, and you have to describe it, not just name it. You have to explain what it means. For example, when I was younger, it was 21 that was the age to vote, but they made an amendment that said now it is 18 years old to vote. So an 18-year-old can vote, and you have to explain, not just say 18-year-olds can vote. You have to say before that it was older and they changed it to 18. So you'll want to be able to explain that. And then the next one is you used to have to pay a fee, pay money to be able to vote. And obviously those people who didn't have money would not be able to vote. So they put an amendment in the Constitution that said there is no fee, there is no poll tax. We call voting, the voting place you go to, the poll, P-O-L-L. And so there is no poll tax anymore. So when you want to vote, it doesn't cost you anything to vote. And that's very important because some
What
people
is
might not
poll?
have the money. Yes, Farzana?
What is poll?
Poll is a word for the place where you cast your vote. So it's when you go to a local location, that local location is a voting poll. It's an old word that means a location.
Okay.
So that's 2 of them, 18, and you don't have to pay a poll tax. And then in the very beginning, women could not vote. So all of you ladies, only Megan and I could vote. The rest of you would have been out of luck. But that was changed, and rightfully changed, because your opinions count just as much as all of the men's opinions. And I know in some countries you come from, they don't, but here they do. And so when you become a citizen, one of your rights as a female is to be able to vote. And that was changed by one of the amendments, the 19th Amendment. And then there was, when we get to the history, we'll talk about the Civil War. There was a period of time where certain races in this country could not vote. Mostly it was the African American who could not vote. And so that was changed because of the Civil War with the 19th, or with the, I think it was the 14th Amendment, that they were allowed to vote. So now race is not an issue. You have to be 18. Gender is not an issue. Male and female can equally vote. and you don't have to pay any money to be able to vote. So all of those are four. You have to name and describe one of those, not just mention it. You have to be able to describe it. That's question 48. Any questions on that? Okay. When you become a citizen, and this is a fun thing for Viola, who just became a citizen. When you become a citizen, you have some responsibilities. One of them is you are allowed to serve on a jury. So if someone commits a crime and they're looking for people who are in that same area to be able to decide whether the person is guilty or innocent, they assemble a jury. And you will get, when you become a citizen, a notice in the mail calling you to serve on a jury. And it won't happen every year. Some places where there's a lesser population, it may happen more frequently. Where there's a larger population, it takes longer for them to get to you. But every citizen has the privilege and it has a responsibility to be on a jury if they get called. So Viola will get a notice in the mail sometime in the next year or so, asking her to be on a jury.
Actually, I got it, but I couldn't go because I'm hold the green card only.
Ah, but now you could.
The same excuse, I can't because I am still on green card holder.
Yeah, but now as a citizen, you could, correct?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, and then the other thing is, as a citizen, and only citizens get to do this, you get to vote in a federal election. In other words, a national one for the whole country, for president and for offices like that, vice president, so forth. So you get to vote in federal elections as a citizen, and you get to serve on a jury. Those are two responsibilities. And if you go, when Viola gets another jury summons, that's what they call it, a summons, and she goes in and reports, they will put her in a room and they will go through and say, is there anyone that has a reason, a good reason why they cannot serve on a jury? And if they have a good reason, they will be excused to a later time. But you have to have a very good reason because it is a responsibility. And I think it's a privilege to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So that's question 49. What's that?
انتوا فاهمين يعني ايه serve on jury?
I still don't understand.
Yeah. فاهمينها؟
Oh, okay.
خلاص okay.
We have people coming in and out. I think they're,
Yeah, someone tried with his phone number.
okay.
على وقت تشرحيها فيولا، أنا كنت طافية الميكروفون الآن.
ماشي. سيرفين جوري بيبعتوا لكم بعد ما تاخدي السيتيزن، بتبقى في قضايا في المحكمة، فبيحبوا ياخدوا آراء الناس العادية، يعني مش لازم يكونوا فبيبعتوا مثلا يحضروا 5 أو 6 بياخدوا رأيهم. ايه رأيكم؟ هل الشخص دوت مذنب أو غير مذنب؟
هدول تبعوت هيئة المحلفين مو هيك؟
بالظبط كده. فاكرة حتى في ESL كان في درس كده.
اوكي.
فهم بياخدوا رأيهم بس، وبعد كده القرار بيبقى للقاضي، بس هم بيشاركوا في الرأي.
اوكي ثانك يو.
ولما بيتبعت ليكي انك انت سيرفر جوري وتعتذري، ما كانش سبب قوي جدا تعرض نفسك لمساءلة قانونية.
اوكي.
Okay, now there are certain things only citizens can do. We mentioned one of those, and that is vote in a federal election. But also, you have to be a citizen to run for a political office. So if you want to be a senator or a member of the House of Representatives, you have to be a citizen, and you have to be a citizen for a number of years. For the House of Representatives, you must be a citizen for 7 years. And for a senator, you must be a citizen for 9 years. So Viola became a citizen last year, and that was in 2021. So if she wants to be a senator in 2030, she can run for political office and become a senator, because it will be 9 years. And before that, in 2028, she could run for the House of Representatives. But she could never be a president because she is not natural born. She is a naturalized citizen. So you get to run for a federal office once you become a citizen. That's question 50. And you have to name one of those two rights, either voting in an election or running for office. Those are the two right answers. Question number 51. What are two rights everyone living in the United States, not just citizens, everyone living in the United States? What are two rights that everyone has? And these are very important because they're from our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. One of them is the freedom of expression. Now that means you get to say, or you get to write, or you get to express what you think. Your opinion cannot be put down. Someone cannot tell you you don't have a right to express your opinion. For example, if you do not like the color red, some people don't like red. You have a right to say, I don't like red. And all the people who like red, they can't tell you to shut up. You have a right to express yourself. And that is a right of everyone in the country. Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom to gather or assembly. These are all from the Bill of Rights. Freedom to tell the government, I think this should change, which is petition the government. Freedom of religion. Now, we talked about this before, but as you can tell by the test, this is another question. You have the freedom to either practice a religion the way you choose or not practice a religion. And you have the right to own a weapon, to bear arms. And right now, the Second Amendment is what guarantees that. And you'll find many people who believe that citizens should not have a right to have a weapon. In our country, we take that very seriously because when we were under British rule in the 1700s, they were taking away our weapons so that we could not fight them. And that is not allowed anymore. You have a right to bear arms, especially if your personal private property or your person is threatened. So it's very important. And what are two rights everyone living in the United States have? You have to name two of those: expression, speech, assembly, petition, religion, or bear arms. Viola, someone's having a hard time getting in on the phone, it looks like. They keep going in and out. I'm sorry, I wish they could get in. Okay, now, question number 52. You all have your sheets with you? What do we do to show loyalty when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? And I think I've asked this before, but in Syria, Tigrid, in Syria, is there an oath that you say on a regular basis to the government or to the flag? Do you is there something that all the children learn and they repeat that is like a pledge in your countries? I don't know if Magid, is there, or Viola, Tigrid, is there an oath or a speech or something that people learn as children in Syria and they repeat over and over again?
اللي هو النشيد الجمهوري او العلم اللي تحت العلم.
عندنا النشيد الوطني.
Yeah, and it's to the not for religious purposes, it's for the government, for the nation. We have what we call the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And it is to the country that we make our pledge, and we use the flag as the symbol of that pledge. So you will see children standing out in front of a school sometimes, putting their hand over their heart, and they're saying, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You learn that as a very young person growing up in the US, and it's something that we, again, take very seriously.
My son is singing right now. Repeat it right now.
Yeah, because children in school, they learn it. Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pledge of Allegiance is important. It is a reaffirmation or a restatement of our allegiance. Viola, in Arabic, is the word allegiance, does it translate well?
Yes.
Okay, loyalty,
loyalty yes.
yes.
هو الولاء.
الولاء.
loyalty اللي هي الولاء. الايجنسي
Yes.
الولائك للدولة نفسها يعني وللعلم، هم عندهم ولاء للدولة نفسها وللعلم نفسه.
وللعلم. بس
زي
عنا
احنا بالظبط تحية العلم، بتهيألي كل
تحية
المدارس
العلم.
في كل
بس
البلاد
بسوريا بيعملوا هيك تحية
وإحنا
للعلم.
برضه
Oh, in Syria, you salute, huh?
Syria like that.
Ah, okay. Very
With
good.
the right hand.
And
So with the
Farzana,
right
in Afghanistan, before the Taliban, was there a,
Yes, yes, we had.
you
In
did?
Pashto, we sang in Pashto language, other language.
In Pashto, yeah. Yeah, which was the main government language, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not the main government, it's 50-50, but they made it by Pashto language. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, and now the Taliban's there, I'm sure it's all in Pashto. Yeah.
Taliban don't have anything right now.
Yeah. That's so sad. So
Yeah.
sad. So does the word loyalty or allegiance, does that translate well in Farsi?
No.
No?
No. Before we had in Farsi, but not during these 20 years, just we had the Pashto religion.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, it's very important here in the US, and as Farzana said, her children are saying it in school and they
Yes.
can repeat it, and all children will learn it. Okay, now the next question, 53. What is one promise you make when you become a US citizen? And you have to remember one of these, and there are many choices. One of the choices is you give up loyalty to other countries. When you become a citizen, they ask you, are you willing to give up loyalty to any other or previous country that you had before? And the other country may still allow you to keep that passport, but this country wants your loyalty. So if you want to become a citizen here, they want you to be loyal here. And so one of the things that ask you to do is to promise that you will be loyal to the US. The second thing, and you just have to remember one of these, is to defend the Constitution and the laws, to stand up for the laws of the US. The other one is for you to personally obey them, not just stand up for them, but obey them. For example, standing up for the law would mean to say, I am going to make sure everybody understands, I believe somebody has the right to say something that is unpopular that I don't even agree with. That's standing up for somebody else and supporting the laws. Following the laws is important. Remember, the rule of law is nobody is above the law. And then to serve in the US military if needed, and if you are of age. You have to be a certain age to serve in the military. And at a certain age, you have to register for that. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then to serve within the nation, to be able to provide a service in your community and provide a service for anything that's going on country-wise, for example, is important. So to do service, and then of course to be loyal to the US. So you have to name one of those that are the promises you make when you become a citizen. And that's question number 53. And you can read the paragraph that goes with that. Now, question 54, which is just an academic question. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? We already mentioned there was an amendment that said this. 18. 18, yes. So when your children get to be 18, and they will probably all be citizens, depending upon how old they were when they came here, then they will be able to vote if they're a citizen. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and that changed in 1971, which was well within my lifetime. Okay, question 55. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? We do believe that in this country, the reason that we are a strong country is that we participate in the government. We participate in following the laws, in helping people understand the laws, as well as serving in the country. And you're supposed to mention two ways where you participate. voting is one of the ways you participate. Once you are a citizen and you have the right to vote, if you just stay home and say, I'm going to complain about everything, but I'm not going to vote, in my opinion, you don't have a right to complain if you didn't express your point of view with a vote. So you have an opportunity to vote, and it's a privilege to be able to do that, because as you well know, in many countries, the people do not get a right to vote. So 2 ways Americans can participate in their democracy: to vote, to become a part of a political party, to help with somebody's campaign. Remember I said Viola is going to run for senator in 9 years? We get an opportunity or 8 years now, we get an opportunity to work on her campaign to see that she gets elected senator. If you help with a campaign, that's one way that you participate in the democracy. One of the ways you participate is you express your opinion to your senators and your representatives. So if you know something going on in the community that you think should be complemented, you get a right to speak to a senator or to your representative and let them know you think this is a very good thing. Thank you very much. Make sure this stays a good law. Or if you think it needs to be changed, you get to express that you believe it needs to be changed. Let's see, publicly support or oppose an issue is participating in it. And another way, in your countries, do you have editorials in newspapers? Do you know what I mean by that? Do you have the ability in a newspaper to write your opinion and have the newspaper publish it? Does that happen in your countries?
Yeah.
It does?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. But sometimes it will put you in the jail.
If you say the wrong thing, you could get in trouble, huh? Yeah.
It's something against the governor.
Yeah, I know many governments do not like any negative voice about them. In this country, you can write something, send it to a newspaper, it goes in the opinion or editorial section of a newspaper, and it gets published. And one way to participate in your democracy is for you to express your opinion in writing. And writing to a newspaper is one way to do that. I know that.
Yeah, but we cannot get, like, we cannot write against our government, you know. So it's not allowed to write against your government. But here in the United States, you can write whatever you want to.
Yes, in the US, no one can stop you from speaking against the government.
Correct.
It is a right that you have. And that's one way to participate in the democracy. Now, in other countries, I know you could, like Viola said, you could be thrown into jail if you express a wrong opinion. Yeah. And so here, that's one big difference. Here, you will not get thrown into jail for expressing your opinion. And that's
freedom of speech.
That's exactly right. And freedom of expression, putting it in writing. Very good. Okay, so 2 ways. You have to remember 2 of those ways for participating. Join a political party, vote, help with a campaign, be part of a group, express your opinion, run for an office. All of those are ways to participate, and you have to remember 2 of those.
This is one question in my test.
Oh, you did have this question. Okay.
Yes, 55. Yes.
And what the answers did you give?
I said the vote and the join political party.
Okay. Very good. Very good. And did he ask you to explain further when you said those?
No, only the answering only. That's it. For
Okay.
the civil war, civil test.
Okay.
Only answering a question as he requested, 2 or 1 answering.
Very good. Very good.
This question, he need 2, not only 1.
Yes, you need 2 on this question. Correct.
Excuse me,
Yes.
how is the test? We should write down or talking, just interview?
Talking.
You will start with read and writing. Only 1 question, read, and the answering is writing. You just read it on the tablet and ask you for writing. He will tell you what you have to write.
Okay.
He will tell you.
And we will have, at the end of our time, one of the last lessons, I will do the very same thing with you.
Yes.
I will read a sentence and ask you to write it, and then we'll hold it up for everybody to see it, to see how well you did. And then we will also have sentences that I will ask you to read, and everybody will get a chance. So we will practice the same kind of thing that Vio is talking about.
Yeah, but civic test, he asked you for, you have to answer six questions. Verbal, not writing. Yes.
Yes, that's all verbally, orally,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah, most of the test where you have to remember information is oral, is verbal. Okay, question 56. When is the last day you can set in federal income tax? In our country, we have taxes, and those who work and earn a paycheck have to file an income tax report, and it is due every year on April 15th, unless that falls on a Sunday or falls on some other, like with COVID, they made exceptions for it and they changed the date and they moved it a month. But the government is the one who does that. The standard date, the regular date, is April 15th for your taxes to be due.
April 15.
April, yes. Okay, two more questions. When must all men register for selective service? Now, let me explain what selective service is. That is our military recruitment. We have a military that is has people go into it because we keep track of those who are 18 years of age or older up to age, I think it's 26. Yeah, 26. So if you have children in this country and they become citizens, when they turn 18, they get to vote, but they also have to register for the military. It does not mean they will have to serve. It means they register for the military. If we were to have a full war, another world war like World War II, then they might get drafted to serve. But we have a volunteer army now, and so you just have to register your name. And sometimes they will have you go to the next step, which is to have a physical to make sure that you are healthy enough to serve. And so when you turn 18 is when you have to register for that. Yes, the questions?
Yes, I have question, please.
Yes, go ahead, Anna.
If my son now he will get his citizenship after 1 month, he must register now or after he got the citizenship?
Is he 18 now?
Now he is 25.
25, okay.
He already been registered, mate.
Yeah, when he has his citizenship, and he has his permanent residence here already, correct?
Yes, he resident, but not, yes, but not a citizen until now.
Yeah, he could register before since he's in the process of getting his citizenship and he would be fine. But if you wait till after 26, he would not have to register. But now it would be, it's entirely up to you. You don't need to wait till 1 month when he gets his interview. You could register him now.
I think he's registered automatically when you get into the United States. Like you get a permanent resident card, you register automatically. When I was intern in 2016, they sent me the selected services and everything at home. So he might be registered automatically. Maybe she don't know.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with what age you are when you come in. If you come in at 3 years old or 4 years old, they don't always keep track, at least they did not used to. And so they might not know of you until you get to be a certain age and then you have to register.
Is that register the same they do when they get their financial aid?
Ask it again.
18 to 26 years. 18 years to 26.
Yeah, between 18 and 26, yes.
I asked Mr. Mike about if he already did it when he applied for the financial aid.
Oh, yes. He probably received something in the mail then because he became on the view of the government with financial aid. So he probably did anyway. Yes.
Yes, that's meaning he mustn't do anything again.
No, did he receive a card from the Selective Service Office?
I don't know. He is not with me now. I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would ask him if he received a card, just like Ahmed did. If he received a card from the Selective Service, it would tell him what his next step is. And if he wonders, all he has to do is make a phone call and ask a question, explain his circumstance. He doesn't even have to give his name. Just say, I arrived in the country at this age and I applied for a financial aid at this age. Do I need to register? And they'll tell him whether or not he needs to or whether he is. So.
Okay.
And I think if he had a Selective Services card, he would need to apply. Like he would have to put the number in when he applying for N400.
Yeah, that's why I said he probably did when he.
Otherwise, yep.
Yeah, when he got financial aid, you're correct. Okay, between 18 and 26 is when you have to register for that. Now, those are all the questions we're going to go through tonight. And what you can do is study for the history part, which is part of what is confusing to many people. Well, actually, it's confusing for people who have been born in America, especially those who are not do not like history. So we will start on that in 2 weeks. Next week is a national holiday. It's President's Day. And so we will not be meeting, but the following week we will. So you guys can study the history portion, and you will receive the links for the first 3 lessons from Viola. As soon as we hang up, I will send them to Viola, and she will send you those YouTube links. And then sometime between now and next week, I will have this lesson on video on YouTube, and then you can go watch it or you can tell others of it. So if you need a refresher. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Viola, is there anything I am forgetting?
No, thank you very much.
Okay, well, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I hope that you treated your sweethearts very well. And I hope that you enjoyed this American holiday, because it is a fun one. My wife and I have been together for 50 years and we still celebrate it. So
Sorry, we take your time from your wife.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Pastor.
Yes, and to you too. And I love the stuffed animals and the little bears and Afaf, I liked your chips too. Yes. Not everyone got to see them. Hold them up so everybody can see your Valentine's gift.
Okay.
Afaf, did you eat the chips already?
Chips.
There's Farzana's watch. See?
What?
Very nice. See, Farzana gets the expensive gifts. She's married to a very good man.
من البلد تجمله احسن من البلد شيبس احسن من البلد
Did your husband eat all your chips?
فواز سي شيبس عند شوكولا
All right, well, you all have a happy evening, and we will do this again in 2 weeks. I see. Oh, very good, very good. All right. God bless you all. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Thank you.